Sea Beast came out last month. Also stars Carl Urban, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, that's the ironic thing about it. Like, it's Carl Urban, and it's him being like playing an animation character for kids, essentially.
I know.
Yeah, going dark as hell from The Boys and going super lighthearted, like playing a pirate in this show. Like, what the hell? Like, I was keep waiting for like him to say like he said cunt essentially in the show, saying cunt to Macy.
You cunt.
With a hard C.
I know, right? I love it. I'll be honest. I only watched this movie because I heard good things about it. I think I might have saw a couple things on it, Netflix, and just didn't pique my interest. Only because, it has an interesting style to animation. Like, it definitely feels like a VeggieTales kind of animation where it's like definitely meant for kids.
Yeah.
And there's not as much detail in it. But I thought this movie was actually pretty decent. I was kind of surprised by it. Definitely a ripoff to How to Train Your Dragon.
I was literally going to say that same exact thing. It's literally the same exact plot as How to Train Your Dragon, just because of how similar it is. Like, it's an evil monster that they're running into. And then one of the characters is scared of it, and then they befriend it. Once they befriend it, then they be happy with each other. And then once they go back to, like, the original people who hated it, then they try to kill the monster, but then the one that took care of it is like, no, don't do it. They're harmless, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We're the ones that fucked them over, essentially, and that's why they hate us. Then they get back together, and then they leave, and then sequel's gonna probably be them working together with the monsters. Hence what happened in How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Exactly. I thought the ocean animation was really well done in this movie. I think water just in general is probably very hard to animate, and to see how many sequences we got throughout it, I just thought it was like, I was kind of surprised. Like that there's a scene where they're in a whirlpool, that's really cool. Or there's this one scene where the two main characters are underwater and you see the giant sea beast staring at them into darkness. Yeah, that scared the shit out of me.
It was intense. Yeah, this the director, Chris Williams, he actually helped out. He works for Disney. Or he used to work for Disney, and he helped out with Moana. And that
makes sense then.
Yeah, you can tell with the water, that's like him and like kind of helping him direct and like edit all that stuff. And he also helped out with Big Hero 6 from what I read.
A movie you love.
Yes, love Big Hero 6. I need to watch Baymax. You reminded me, but
yeah. Oh yeah, there's a show about that. But yeah, you get past that typical How to Train Your Dragon storyline, and I feel like for the most part you have a pretty good time with this film. I thought one thing that How to Train Your Dragon did not do as well is Carl Urban's character. You just got to see so much more character development with him, and you actually got to see someone transition from one morality to the opposite.
That's true, yeah. So
I think that was done a lot more. We didn't really get to see that in How to Train Your Dragon as much. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good. It was very kid friendly. I had a good time with it.
Yeah, it's a nice kid movie. If you like pirates and stuff, like you hear the sea shanties as well. You can hear like the chants and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, so cute stuff. Like, I'm not sure. Were you like a big pirate person as a kid?
I really like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, but like pirates in general. Like,
I don't know. I think I started liking pirates a lot more when I became a little bit older.
Oh,
as weird as that sounds, because I always get that stupid song stuck in my head. I get a lot of pirate shanties stuck in my head because of TikToks. So like when I see it in like a movie thing, it just like replays through my head.
I see. I think one of our friends, Randy, he showed me this like sea shanty song that like was so popular. I think it was on TikTok. Jeez, I think probably a year ago. Now that I'm thinking about it, and now I gotta find it later. Like. It's such a, I don't know why, it's such a good sea shanty song.
It's a banger, man. Dude, right? It's a banger.
Just because of how the rhythm
Johnny
is
Boy, man. Johnny Boy.
I feel like there's also some Ed Sheeran song that reminds me of a sea shanty, but I think it's just like some Irish gig thing.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Dude, Ed Sheeran, man. What a guy. This giant ass lion tattoo on his chest.
Goodness. But yeah, going back to, a little tangent for Sea Beast, but some of those monsters that I saw even on that island from that one part, some of them were pretty cool, to be honest.
Yeah.
The yellow one.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like the little blue guy, the little guppy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very
I,
cute movie.
I know. I love the blue one. The yellow ones were my favorite for some reason when they were like crossing the eggs. I don't know why. It kind of reminded me of your dog Piper for some reason.
Oh really? That's funny.
Yeah, it's like how like it looks at you like cutesy and stuff, and then like then runs away or some shit like that. I don't know. It just reminded me of your dog.
I like how the sea beast can just like get out of water and just start like roaming the land like there's nothing going on. Like it doesn't
Yeah,
need the water to survive.
I thought I was like that's something new as well. Like seeing a land and earth beast, I guess you'll say.
I really thought these beasts were more like what is like dragons or lizards,
Mm-hmm.
but they were definitely more fish related, which was kind of that's something you know. You see the giant beasts, you're like, oh, dragons, how to train your dragon. But then you see them like swim in the ocean, and you're like, oh no, very very different than the dragons. This movie does a great job at showing how big the sea beasts are. You know that fight scene between Red and the crab. You know you got to see it like first person like
Perspective.
views. Yeah, like I feel like a lot of you know how hard that is to do an animation to like make it seem like a giant fish is like a skyscraper in your eyes, and to do that, I'm sure that's hard as alone to do like a regular film, but to do that in like animation style, like just nuts. Like there's this one scene, like you see the two characters talking, and then it pans over, and there's the giant sea beast being as
Yeah.
big as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So I just
It's
think
fucking
it's
intense.
I think they do a really good job with the with like just the different shots and how the camera work was throughout the
Mm-hmm.
animation.
Definitely, yeah. Kind of like I said, like this was like kind of reminiscent of like Moana as well, since that's what kind of the director. That's what the director was from. It kind of reminded me from Moana, the scene with the crab, fighting. Oh, the him and Maui and Moana were doing. Kind of reminded me like kind of that crab scene as well, but like less singing, thankfully.
Yeah,
But yeah, just this animation style was so different, but like I've seen so many because you know I'm a big animation fan in general, and this one was pretty different than what I've experienced because it's not like under Pixar or under DreamWorks, because I know DreamWorks is another popular animation studio. I don't even know what studio this was actually coming from. Now I'm thinking
you
about it.
got me on that one. But it just the way the humans looked, like
Yeah.
some stuff was really basic, and then the other stuff was really unique and detailed. So definitely kind of like a big blend between the two. So yeah, I thought the animation it was definitely different, like you said, but it wasn't like bad to look at.
Yeah, it wasn't bad animation. It was just something I wasn't normally
Expecting.
used to or
Yeah.
expecting as well. Yeah. All right, that's pretty much our overall thoughts of the Sea Beast. What would you rate it, Zach, out of 10?
Give it a solid 8.
You think an 8?
Yeah, I don't think it was too bad. I honestly, you know, looking back at the film, I can't find a lot of things I don't really like about it. But I also don't have a whole lot of things to say about it. You know, if you want, very similar to how to Train Your Dragon, like we mentioned, very cute. If you have a kid, watch it. But you know, I also thought this was a good film for like adults. You know, people our age. I like you and I think we both can agree we enjoyed it. So I thought it was an interesting movie to kind of do both kind of audiences.
Yeah, I'm gonna go actually a little bit less, probably like a 7 to 7.5 actually. Don't get me wrong, animation style is pretty good. Like you said, it was giving me that How to Train Your Dragon vibes. I just kind of wish. I guess the only reason why I like How to Train Your Dragon a little bit more was like the music as well. It was so much bigger build up with the music.
This movie did lack music.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot of music and a lot of build up with that, and that's what kind of lacked with it. Because I remember listening to the How to Train Your Dragon just to soundtrack to study, like that's freaking fucking motivational as hell for me. And this one just lacked it. I mean, yeah, it had some of the sea shanties, but that's it. Yeah, it was still a decent movie. Just kind of wish I was higher expectations, but I guess they didn't really want to mimic the similar plot line to How to Train Your Dragon.
I can agree with that one for sure.